Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Tell H.
That's right.
In the building. All right, let's get into some of these Yee T stories. First and foremost, Eric Bellinger is on Lip Service. That episode just came out. You know, he is a very well-known songwriter, but also an artist. And he also is just a fun person to hang out with. One thing that he talked about is signing AI artists to his label. Now, I do also want to point out that last year, he personally did a deal with Hooky. It's a company, a platform that uses AI voice models to let other creators make music using the voices of established artists. So he lent his voice to this platform. So imagine you can just like use Eric Bellinger's voice to make music. And so this is something he's been on for a minute. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah. I got 2 AI artists signed to my label.
What?
And to other artists out there, step your game up.
Okay. Well, you know what? And the truth of the matter is, like, people were against streaming when it started.
Yeah.
And now that's the key.
If you don't move with the times, you get left behind.
And that's what people have been saying, right? Like, you can not like it, you can have an issue with it. And, you know, we see right now in Hollywood, they're saying you cannot use AI to emulate actors and things like that. I do think there's going to be restrictions, but if you don't know what you're doing or you're not on board, you're going to get left behind.
For real.
All right, now he also, interestingly enough, addressed this. So I was walking to go do lip service, and I got stopped on the street by a woman. She was like, "Oh, I'm a big fan. I do a podcast too. You know who?" And I told her I was going to do mine. She said, "Who are you going to interview?" And I said, "Eric Bellinger." Well, she said, "You know he'd be performing barefoot." She said, "I bet you didn't know that, right?" And I was like, I have never seen him perform barefoot. I saw him do Tiny Desk also with Usher. Definitely has shoes on. Every time I've seen him perform in person, had shoes on. So I brought it up to him while we were having a conversation. Here's what happened. Do you know they be having your feet online? Ooh, your feet are very popular.
You lying.
So I'm here to propose on OnlyFans.
I'm about to say, those
toes are free. We're going to give you some tips
no
on
free
how to make
toes.
videos. Make sure
No
the wife is
free
okay
toes.
with it.
Not even chips.
No.
Make sure the wife is okay with it, but pose
Listen.
them toes.
Hey, y'all.
Okay? Pose them toes.
Tell
Pose them toes.
First of all, I got a song too, Rent Due, on the next album.
Rent due. Yes. And so when I was searching that, because I was like, I don't know this to be true, I did find out that he does have a wiki feet, and they do post pictures of his feet all over his wiki feet page.
Period. I name me one.
Right. And, you know, throughout the episode, and it's pretty funny, he uses the word feet a lot. Like, that was an amazing feat to pull off. But, you know, it's flattering. And then I saw he's been posting pictures with his feet out a lot on his Instagram page, if you check it out. All right. Now, Ray Vaughn from TDE, you know, he went at Joey Badass. The two of them had a back and forth. And it felt, you know, it's just a music thing, though. I do want to put that out there. But he did talk to Off the Record on Revolt. And he had some things to say about advice that he got during that time, because he was speaking to Kendrick. Right. This was in the midst of Kendrick's beef that he had going on. And the responsibility that he has as an artist signed to a label. He can't just drop a diss track. Here's what he said.
Because my last response is I had like loaded up. Kendrick like is cooked. Too many jumping in. Now it looks like he's fighting the whole West Coast, and you're gonna be cooked regardless, because it's gonna look that way, because any man that's standing on his own against 20 different people, he's gonna look like he's Superman. So you're cooked.
How'd you feel about everyone just jumping in?
Me off.
You know, and I do want to say, clearly Kendrick Lamar is the best at giving advice on what to do in the midst of a battle, a hip-hop MC battle. So take that advice. But he did say being signed to a label, it's not like he could just put the track out. He's got other people to think about. You know, if you say this, now they're going to come at the whole label. Now, how does this? It's like a game of chess. All right, when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. You know, it is Prime Day. You know, that's a big deal. But I also want to talk about something going on Twitch for the first time ever.
Wow.
All right, I want to see what you think about it. It's Way Up.